We have news of scrapped plans for a Roman Reigns title loss, and CM Punk has made his return to television. But first, let's get to the quickfire headlines, as New Japan Pro Wrestling have signed an endorsement deal with a major clothing brand which will see Bullet Club themed items come to Under Armour. The Under Armour clothing brand is known worldwide, having partnered up with numerous celebrities including the likes of The Rock and Tom Brady. The Bullet Club t-shirts have been a huge international success for New Japan in recent years, with this new deal taking it to a whole new level entirely, with the Bone Soldier logo set for its own sportswear line. AEW star Ethan Page would take to his Instagram story last night to confirm that his Twitter account had been hacked, and that any odd posts that were appearing on his timeline were not from him. And he would say, "My Twitter has been hacked. I've been eating arpas and playing with my son. I'm sorry for all the insanely offensive things they are posting. That is not me." It would appear that as of this recording, Page still hasn't gained access to his account, as the strange tweets are still there. Impact Wrestling are currently in the midst of a tournament for the vacant X Division Championship, and last night, the first name made it to the final. On last night's episode of Impact, Speedball Mike Bailey and Trey Miguel would battle it out in the semi-final, this before Kenny King interfered, attacking Miguel to intentionally cost Bailey the match, with him ultimately losing by disqualification. Trey Miguel will now face either Black Taurus or PJ Black in the final, with those two meeting in the ring next week, with the final set to take place at the Overdrive event on November 18th. A brand new champion has been crowned in Impact Wrestling, this after Joe Hendry defeated Brian Myers for the Digital Media Championship last night. Hendry would put Myers away after reversing a spear into a one-armed spinebuster for the 1-2-3. The win scores Hendry his first title in the promotion, adding to his resume of gold in promotions such as ICW Scotland, DDT in Japan, and What Culture Pro Wrestling. Elsewhere on Impact last night, Chelsea Green would hint towards her exit from the promotion, this following her loss to Mickie James earlier on in the show. Chelsea could be seen leaving the arena before informing friend Deonna Purrazzo that she is going home. Chelsea is currently working in Impact without a contract, and the segment follows reports that she could be heading back to WWE under the Triple H regime, with the promotion looking to add more TV-ready wrestlers to their women's division. Following the news that AEW star MJF is set to appear in the upcoming Iron Claw movie centered around the Von Erich wrestling family, we now know another all-elite wrestler that is heading to the silver screen. The bunny, real name Laura Dennis, has landed herself a role in the movie Bad Tenant, which tells the tale of a homeowner renting a room to a seemingly charming music manager who turns out to be a psychotic conman. IMDb lists Laura to be playing the role of a character named Axel, with no release date currently listed. Former WWE and ECW trio Bubba Ray, Devon, and Spike Dudley would reunite last night at the Rhode Island Comic Con's 10th anniversary. This is the first time the three men have been seen together in 7 years. Both Spike and Devon are currently retired from in-ring action, with Bubba continuing to work as Bully Ray in NWA and Impact Wrestling. WWE's Braun Strowman would recently take to Twitter to take shots at, quote, flippy flipper independent wrestlers, insinuating that they bag groceries as a side job. Well, according to Fightful Select, Strowman now has some heat backstage in WWE, with the feeling being that his social media approach was immature, and while Strowman has been on best behavior since his WWE return, social media Braun is said to be another story. Next year, WWE hosts WrestleMania from Los Angeles, California, with the tagline for the show being WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. In order to live up to the name, WWE are trying to arrange some celebrity involvement in the show in order to gain mainstream attention, with it being noted that WWE co-CEO Nick Khan has a ton of connections in Hollywood from his days as an agent in sports and entertainment. Elsewhere in The Observer, Dave Meltzer would discuss the upcoming AEW reality show that is currently in production, with Warner Bros. Discovery currently backstage at events to film numerous talents for the project. The report notes that the belief is that the Elite's return to AEW is a focus of the show, which could be the reason they've been backstage recently despite not being on television. Impact Wrestling stars Deonna Purrazzo and Steve Macklin would get married this week, this after announcing their engagement earlier this year in February. According to Fightful Select, several wrestlers were in attendance for the ceremony, including Britt Baker, Wendy Chu, Chelsea Green, Adam Cole, Santana Garrett, Zoe Lucas, referee Adrian Butler, referee Sean Bennett, Tasha Steeles, Matt Cardona, Mackenzie Mitchell, and many others. The couple have been dating since 2020 and are now husband and wife. Today, WrestleVotes would provide an update on some from Triple H creative plans in WWE, with the game originally not being fond of the Judgment Day faction that consists of Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio. However, according to the report provided to Give Me Sport, WWE's head of creative has now changed his mind on the group, with it noting, "I know back in late July or early August, whenever this whole shift happened, from what I was told, Hunter wasn't really cool with Judgment Day. Not personally, but he just didn't like the idea. But since he's grown behind it, and I think they're going to be around for longer than anticipated." WWE have today announced an upcoming live show involving The Undertaker, which will take place on January 27th in San Antonio, Texas, the night before the Royal Rumble. The company would release a statement that reads, "Mark Calloway, known by most WWE fans as The Undertaker, is set to put on his Undertaker One Dead Man show at the Techport Center Plus Arena on January 27th, one day before the WWE hosts the Royal Rumble at the Alamo Dome. In the show, The Undertaker will tell stories from his Hall of Fame career and take questions from fans attending the event. The Undertaker, who retired from professional wrestling in 2020 after more than 30 years in the business, was a 7-time WWE World Champion and a 7-time WWE Tag Team Champion. He also had a 21-match winning streak at WrestleMania. The Wrestling Observer newsletter has also revealed the reason behind former ROH World Champion Bandido choosing to sign with AEW over WWE, as according to the report, were he to sign with WWE, he would be part of NXT and the Performance Center. This would have required him to move to Florida as opposed to his current residence in Mexico, and his partner is said to have wanted to stay in Mexico. Signing with AEW not only allows him to stay in his home country, but also allows him to be home more often with his son. And next we have news of scrapped plans for a Roman Reigns title loss. Roman Reigns has established himself as WWE's hottest act as the tribal chief of the bloodline, with his reign as WWE Universal Champion recently exceeding 800 days. Along the way, Reigns would pick up the WWE Championship as well to crown himself as the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, with no end to the run in sight. According to a new report from WrestleVotes via Give Me Sport, WWE had came up with a plan for Drew McIntyre to win one of undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns' titles, with the plan originally being for there to be 2 world champions again, although the plan became too complicated. And they would note, Mr. Money in the Bank Austin Theory was going to somehow make it known that he was only cashing in for one of the belts. Therefore, it became a triple threat, and Tyson Fury stopped him like he did, and Drew would then take one of the titles. For whatever reason, that didn't work, and it sounds really convoluted. I don't know how you're going to pull it off on TV. They wanted to make the titles separate in the moment because they do want 2 titles again, but they're struggling to figure out how. I do know that they were talking up until maybe night of or day over here. As we know, Austin Theory is no longer the holder of the Money in the Bank briefcase after failing to cash in on the WWE United States champion Seth Rollins this past Monday on Raw. As for Reigns, fans are still wondering who will step up and take his titles, or at least one of his titles, away from him, with the most likely names currently being Cody Rhodes, Bray Wyatt, or The Rock. But who do you think will be the one to dethrone the head of the table? Let me know in the comments down below. And next up, CM Punk has made his return to television. Following the AEW All Out backstage altercation involving CM Punk, Ace Steel, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks, questions have been raised on the future of CM Punk in professional wrestling. Right now, he is not only injured and unable to compete, but he was recently suspended due to the incident at All Out, with some reports noting that he is in talks to be bought out of his contract, facilitating a move out of the promotion. On top of this, other reports note that WWE would be interested in talks with Punk if he were to enter the free agency market, whilst there is also indication that he could be sticking around in AEW. It's safe to say that right now his future is very much up in the air. With that said, last night CM Punk would make his first televised appearance since the AEW All Out backstage altercation with the Elite, with him returning to UFC affiliate promotion Cage Fury Fighting Championship as a commentator for their latest show alongside co-host Mike Gill. Before his time in All Elite Wrestling, Punk worked on the CCFC booth from December December 2018 and onwards, although his appearances dried up once he made his return to pro wrestling. His last appearance for CCFC came in August 2021, just days before his AEW debut at the First Dance Rampage special on August 20th. Whilst he has made his return to MMA commentary, it's worth remembering that Punk is currently still injured, and AEW are open for their talent to work on outside projects. The appearance doesn't necessarily mean anything for his future in All Elite Wrestling, with the current belief being that he is still under contract. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 masked AEW wrestlers unmasked.